started on this project, I wanted to create the world first. I wanted to start with a visual world of what these characters looked like and what the whole place was. Plants, trees, rocks, all of that. Start with that first and then have the story grow. And so that was what we did. You know, we began thinking about this, and about the same time we started thinking about it, I saw some of the work of Brian Froud, and I immediately loved it. I thought it would be the sort of thing that was just right for this particular idea, and his concepts visually were the type of thing that we could translate into 3 dimensions. One of the things that attracted me to it was I felt that these particular creatures that he designed, they were the sort of thing that would easily become a living, breathing creature. And so with that in mind, I went to see Brian.
Jim came to visit me in Devon, and we went out for a walk, and there were twisted trees and moss, and he said he wanted the film to feel like this. Jim wanted a rich, organic feeling to the whole film. It's reflected in some of the landscape that surrounds me in Dartmoor. We did a lot of research, did a lot of reading into various religions and philosophies and art forms. We wanted to make these characters alive, to exist in their own world, not just for the very short time that we see them in the movie. We want to know that when we leave them at the end of the film, that they're still living, they still have their own lifestyle. Jim had feelings about what the major creatures were and some of their characteristics, and it was my job to show how they looked. I always start with the eye. The eye is the focal point of all these characters. And for the Skeksis, they needed to have a penetrating stare. The Skeksis are the evil race of beings that are central to the movie. They are part reptile, part predatory bird, part dragon. The mystics were a gentle race of beings that brought up Jen, the Gelfling. They're partly old wizard, and partly some sort of strange animal. The Gelflings, I suppose, are basically our hero and heroine. They are the ones that we identify with. They take us through the film. We originally conceived the pod people as being very much part of the earth itself. So we based them literally on potatoes. I'm used to being the master of a world that I create on the flat page. It's sometimes been difficult to create a world for somebody else, to try to make the visions coincide. But I think we have.